Live from the Western Mass News Studios in Springfield, this is Better Western Mass.
Top of the afternoon to you, everybody. Hope you're doing well. And there are 3 COVID-19 vaccines currently on the U.S. market for adults, but clinical trials are still underway for younger children. Welcome to Better Western Mass, everyone. On a Monday, I'm Taylor Jacobs. This afternoon, Mandy Gaither has more on when we may see vaccines available for your kids.
3 COVID-19 vaccines, millions of doses going into the arms of Americans. But these shots are not yet authorized for children.
Right now, we project that the clinical trials will give us information that by the time we get to the fall, that high school students will be able to be vaccinated.
Johnson & Johnson announced its plans to study their vaccine in adolescents, children who have a very low chance of becoming severely ill from COVID-19 were not part of the initial tests in the rapid approval process of the vaccines. The company's CEO says it will begin testing in people ages 12 to 18 and go down from there, and says Johnson & Johnson is likely to have a COVID-19 vaccine available for those under 18 by September. Both Pfizer and Moderna are already undergoing clinical trials studying their vaccines in adolescents. Moderna planning to study the vaccine in children 6 months to 11 years and what it called the near term. Pfizer says it's expecting to start vaccine studies in children ages 5 to 11 in the next couple of months.
Children who are elementary school, 6 to 12, that group of individuals, those individuals likely will not be able to get vaccinated until their trials are finished, which will likely be at the earliest, the end of this year.
In a recent letter to the White House, the American Academy of Pediatrics is urging the Biden administration to prioritize vaccine authorization for youth, saying we cannot allow children to be an afterthought when they have shared so much burden throughout this pandemic. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And Western Mass News is your vaccine authority, and let's take more of your vaccine-related questions over to the experts. This afternoon, we have Dr. Erica Hamilton, a microbiologist at UMass Amherst. Hey there, Dr. Hamilton. Welcome back to the show. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. So the first question to throw your way goes like this, and it's from Marge. I received the first dose of the Moderna vaccine, but have been unable to set up a second appointment since it's unavailable in Western Mass. If I can get an appointment, can I get the Pfizer vaccine for my second shot?
No, you unfortunately cannot get a different company's shot for the second vaccine. The vaccines from Moderna and Pfizer are not exactly the same, and the dosages between the two are different. So if you don't get the same one for the second, no one can guarantee if it's going to work as well as it should have. So you do need to receive the same vaccine for both shots. Now, luckily, there's a growing body of evidence and data. There's not a lot, but there's some, indicating that you can safely extend the time between the two shots from the 21 to 28 days that is currently recommended up to 42 days and possibly even longer. And in fact, there are different parts of the world, including the United Kingdom and Canada, that are actively extending those times. So that's actually good news, and if you miss your 28-day cutoff, it should be okay.
Especially as supply issues have arisen. So how about this, which is news to me? I thought we had this. Why don't we have pre-registration for the shots? John writes this.
Well, we basically do have pre-registration for the vaccine. Other states, it's a first-come, first-served thing. But here, what you do is you either go to the state vaccine finder website or private ones for, say, CVS or the UMass Amherst vaccine clinic. You answer a series of questions about eligibility. And if you fall into one of the eligible categories, you're sent to another form where you fill out personal information about yourself and probably insurance information as well. And once this registration goes through, or pre-registration, it basically becomes your ticket to get into your vaccine facility at your appointment time. When you do go to your appointment at the appropriate time, they will check you in and they will make sure that you have to have your ID with you. And they'll make sure that your ID and all of your information on your identification matches what was pre-registered, and then you'll be allowed to go in for your appointment.
This is why I love having you on this show, Dr. Hamilton. You can simplify these things for me. All right, so how about this last one before we wrap up? Fred writes, can I choose which vaccine I get?
The answer for this is sort of. So vaccine clinics work with one vaccine or the other, not both at the same time. And this is a logistical thing for them. You can sometimes find out which vaccine they give. So if you go to a particular vaccine site, for example, if you go to the vaxfinder.mass.gov and you start to scroll through all of the lists, there will be where every vaccine site is, there's a little button you can click on that says info. And a lot of them will say whether it's the Moderna or the Pfizer vaccine that's given. You could do the same for the private groups like CVS who are giving out vaccine. You can check their website to see which one they're giving. So if you want to try one particular vaccine, the Moderna or the Pfizer, over the other, that's one way to go about doing it. At the moment, Johnson & Johnson is not on the table for a choice. We didn't get a lot of vaccine from them. They're ramping up production right now, but towards the end of March, the beginning of April, the third vaccine that is been okayed for emergency use, which is Johnson & Johnson, should be more available in our state.
Very good stuff there. Dr. Erica Hamilton from UMass Amherst, a microbiologist there. Take one of her classes, seriously, if you ever get a chance. And we'll have more of your insight here in the coming days. No doubt, Dr. Hamilton. Well, today is International Women's Day, a time to celebrate women during Women's History Month. And right here locally, multiple young ladies are making history. Some neat stuff here. Hamden Charter School of Science has been recognized by the College Board AP for the Computer Science Female Diversity Award. So let's learn more about this and what Hamden Charter is doing to expand young women's access to computer science coursework here. We have Natasha Seifel-Andre, a student with the course. Hey, Natasha. And then
hello there.
Yeah, very good to have you. And then we've also got a teacher with the program and course, Sravali Injeti, joining us as well. So, Sravali, glad to have you on the show as well here today.
Hello.
All righty. So, I guess we'll start with you. So, tell us about the AP Computer Science and what Hamden Charter has to offer in the course, speaking from a teacher's perspective there.
So, AP Computer Science Principle introduces students to the breadth of the field of computer science. In this course, students will learn to design, evaluate solutions, and apply computer science knowledge. And they learn a lot of writing, programming, and even developing some kind of create performance task. And these girls really worked hard. And our school offered a wide range of opportunities like after-school tutors and clubs such as Girls Who Can Code and different computer science discoveries. And we have different programs in our school as well.
That's very interesting. So do you find, Sravali, that young women are hesitant to enter this field of work or study?
Yes, right now, I did some research also, a lot of these students, whoever is taking this course, are more likely to be advanced in computer science when they go to the college.
Very interesting there. So this kind of then sets them up. It's almost like a prep course in a way, then to get them ready for that next step. Very interesting. So now I wonder if we can bring in Natasha, since we're talking about students, you're one of them. So what made you actually want to join this course? And did you feel like you're making history here? It's got to be pretty cool, huh?
So I wanted to start this course because when I heard that I could code during it, I always wanted to do that. So when I thought that I could actually get a class where I don't have to spend extra time outside of school, I thought it was super cool. And for history, I think I am. It's just another long list of people and examples to show everybody else what we can do and what we should be doing. And especially for the school, it's getting some more recognition, especially since we only started out 3 years ago.
Wow, that is so impressive then to speak to somebody who's going through this program and you're smiling ear to ear, which tells me that you enjoy. You said you got a smile when you said you got the code. How cool is that to you?
It's so absolutely wonderful because I saw depending the structure of how you top-down designs where you get a bigger problem, you have to simplify it until you get to the very basic. Then you have to work your way up again until you have a huge finished product that looks so nice.
Oh wow!
It's just based on these girls. They really worked so hard. What they did last year for this computer science principles, and they really deserve this award. And our school is like very much honored by this recognition. And we are very proud of our female students studying computer science course.
All right. Well,
and their achievements.
Well, congratulations to them. They honestly deserve every bit of this in representing the young women in our area. Servali and Jetty, a teacher over there at the Hamden Charter School, in kind of highlighting this computer programming bit here that is really the future when it comes to an economic choice for many people for an industry. So really do appreciate your time here today.
Thank you.
You got to build my website one day if I ever make it big here, Natasha. That's my big takeaway from you. So I guess then, any final words of advice for somebody who may be considering going through this? What would you tell them?
Do it. Absolutely do it. It's absolutely fun. You'll get experience. You'll learn about a new field. And even if you don't use anything here, if you're not going into computer science, you still get like critical thinking,
life experience.
Always work out somewhere else.
That is awesome stuff there, Natasha. I wish you seriously the best of luck in your future there, and you're setting the bar for future women, and then also your teachers, Servali and Jetty as well, doing big things over there at Hamden Charter. Really do appreciate you both coming on here to Western Mass News in this International Women's Day and setting an example for us to all try to live up to. Take care, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's pretty inspiring, huh? Some local women doing big things. Coming up on Better Western Mass, too, we've got some ways to brighten up your home without breaking the bank. Everybody, this is Better Western Mass, and if you want to freshen up your living space without spending at least a small fortune on renovations, all you need is a little imagination, some elbow grease, and that's it. Reveal Magazine is out with a new issue to help you turn your home into a haven on a budget.
If you don't have a big budget for renovating or updating your home, there's a lot of really easy, simple, very inexpensive ways that you can make a huge impact without spending a lot of money, without spending a lot of time. The kitchen is a great place to start if you're trying to make a big impact without spending a lot of money. You can do something simple like just bringing in a rug. There are so many washable rug options these days that are beautiful colors and patterns, and you can just throw them in the wash. You don't have to take them to the dry cleaners or get a special rug cleaner, and it just adds a lot of warmth to the space. One way to really kind of add the texture and literal life to a space is to bring in any sort of greenery, whether it be a potted plant or a floral arrangement. And an easy way to kind of DIY it yourself is to just go in your backyard, bring your shears and just chop off some, they don't even have to be flowers. Like in the winter months, you could just find beautiful greenery. You can find very sculptural branches and that'll make a statement and bring them back and have a little DIY moment. And, you know, you can create a beautiful centerpiece that just makes a big difference, but doesn't cost anything. And you're utilizing what you have around you, which is so great. So for your living room, there's oftentimes a lot of high value pieces of furniture, like your sofa or a credenza. So an easy way to refresh the space. It sounds very simplistic, but just move your furniture around. Oftentimes we kind of just get stuck in the same old routine of where our furniture has been, and maybe it's been 10 years and you haven't moved your sofa to another wall, you haven't moved a bookcase somewhere else. And it really can just kind of elevate your mood to have that variance in your space. And then the last thing I'd say is think about your shelves. A lot of times you have a white wall, white shelves, or a white bookcase, and you can really make that bookcase or that shelf really pop and stand out by just adding a coat of paint to the backboard. It adds a little contrast and depth, and it really adds more personality and character to that space. There's lots of really quick and easy and inexpensive ways that you can make a huge impact, and your home will be so much brighter and cheerier, and you'll be so much happier there.
Go. As Karen Randall always tells me at Randall's Farms, nothing like a houseplant, Taylor. Coming up on Western Mass News, a preview of tonight's episode of People TV. And let's send you off to break with a look at your local Steal and Deal.
Hey guys, have you noticed that all the trending articles are about being organized, cleaning up your mess, where things go, yada yada? I read all those, but they don't give me the tools, so I'm still unorganized. But we're bringing you something that's going to help you get organized, because we're always looking for things to make your life better. This is the splay tray, 2 different sizes, 3 different colors, but here's what's cool. I'm organized, I go. When I get there, here's my workspace. So it's all done with magnets. Open it up, right? Side, side. Now I have a tray, now I have the workspace. This brilliant invention is all due to a young lady named Allie who is joining us today.
I was traveling around Southeast Asia, staying in hostels with very limited personal space. I was getting so frustrated with having to take all of my stuff out of my bags just to put it right back in. When I got home to the States, I really started thinking about that problem, and I knew that there had to be a solution. So I started folding a piece of paper to try to create a bag that started as a bag form and opened out into a tray, which then turned into creating a prototype with fabric on a sewing machine, and then we ended up moving to the more manufactured version.
Thank you so much, Allie. I love the whole idea. Organized and on the go, workspace when you get there. Right now on localsteals.com, we have a very special offer on these for you. So think about where they'd make sense in your house and who else would love to have one, because you can definitely save money on both.
Welcome back, everybody. Here's a look at what's coming up on tonight's new episode of People TV.
Tonight only on People, an Adam Levine exclusive. Our special contributor Nancy O'Dell sits down with the Maroon 5 frontman to talk new album and new single, Beautiful Mistakes, featuring Megan Thee Stallion.
Well, we got to talk about the exciting collaboration. They're doing it with Megan Thee Stallion,
who I love, by the way.
You do?
Yeah, we finally got to meet because, we were all recording remotely. It was instant chemistry. To adore her. She's the best.
Did you guys do the precautions ahead of time, get tested ahead of time? How does that work?
Of course. Very safely, very mapped out.
Also, the inside story behind Oprah's big interview with Harry and Meghan. That's all tonight on People.
Alrighty, and that's a wrap here for this edition of Better Western Mass. For Lindsay T in the back, Asia B, Salma B, 3 women who do awesome things here at Western Mass News. Good job with this show. A whole hour, you knocked it out the park.